For decades, when we heard the word cult, we pictured the same things: charismatic leaders in white robes, isolated compounds far from civilization, people selling their possessions to prepare for the end of the world. We looked at them with a mix of horror and pity, thinking I would never fall for that. That could never happen to me. But what if I told you the era of the physical compound is over? What if I told you the most effective high-control groups operating today don't need you to move to a farm in Guyana? They don't even need you to leave your bedroom. Today, the compound walls aren't made of barbed wire. They are made of algorithms, echo chambers, and dopamine loops. Welcome to the channel. Today, we are unmasking online cults. We're going to look at how digital radicalization gets its grip on perfectly normal, intelligent people, and more importantly, the specific psychological red flags that prove you or someone you love might already be trapped in one. To understand the modern online cult, you have to understand that the goal hasn't changed, only the technology has. The goal of any cult is total control over a member's reality. Traditionally, cults achieve this through physical isolation. If I move you to the desert and take away your phone, I control every piece of information you receive. I become your only source of truth. In the digital age, they use algorithmic isolation. Think about your social media feed. It is designed to show you more of what you already engage with. If a vulnerable person clicks on one video about, say, alternative history, the recommendation engine, YouTube's, TikTok's, whoever says, "Oh, they like fringe ideas." It doesn't just show them more of the same. It shows them progressively more extreme versions of it. This is often called the rabbit hole or the radicalization funnel. You enter the funnel through a harmless side door. Maybe you're looking for fitness advice, or financial tips, or spiritual wellness. But the algorithm slowly nudges you toward creators who mix that helpful advice with ideological poison. Before long, your entire digital reality, every notification, every video suggestion reinforces a single, narrow worldview. You haven't physically moved, but mentally, you are living on the compound. So, how do you know the difference between a passionate online community and a dangerous digital cult? It is rarely about the specific belief itself. It is about the psychological mechanisms they use to keep you there. Here are the 4 major red flags of digital radicalization. The first red flag is the us versus them linguistic trap. The first step in psychological isolation is breaking your ability to communicate with the outside world. Online groups do this by creating a unique vocabulary. Do the communities you spend time in use words that nobody outside that group understands? Terms like normies, sheeple, blue-pilled, or specific acronyms that sound like nonsense to your family. This isn't just internet slang. It's a psychological tool. When you use these words, you are subconsciously categorizing the world into 2 groups: the awake insiders, us, and the ignorant, hostile outsiders, them. If you find yourself unable to explain your beliefs to your best friend without using niche internet terminology, you are being linguistically isolated. It makes you feel smarter than everyone else, but it actually just makes you alone. Red flag number 2 is the dopamine love bomb. In traditional cults, new members are love bomb showered with affection and praise to lower their defenses. Online, love bombing is automated and quantified. When someone lonely or vulnerable posts in an extremist Discord server or Telegram chat, they aren't ignored. They are flooded with replies. "Welcome home! You finally get it. You're one of the smart ones." This triggers a massive rush of dopamine. Your brain starts associating that specific app or group with feeling good, feeling validated. You become chemically dependent on their notification ping just to feel okay about yourself. They hook you with love, so you'll stay for the indoctrination. The third red flag is what I call hidden knowledge gamification. Modern digital cults rarely have one charismatic leader shouting orders. Instead, they operate like an alternate reality game. They tell you that the mainstream media, science, and education systems are all lying to you. But they have the hidden knowledge. They don't just give it to you, though. They tell you to do your own research. But they only provide you with a curated list of approved cryptic YouTube videos and fringe blogs to research from. This gamifies radicalization. It makes you feel like Sherlock Holmes solving a grand mystery. Every time you connect 2 unrelated conspiracy theories, you get an aha moment. You feel brilliant. But you aren't solving a puzzle. You're just walking deeper into their maze. And finally, the 4th red flag: catastrophic urgency or fear bonding. High-control groups need to keep your nervous system dysregulated. If you are calm, rational, and thinking clearly, you might realize their ideas don't make sense. So they keep you in a state of constant, catastrophic urgency. They convince you that an apocalypse is imminent, an economic collapse, a race war, a global conspiracy. And they convince you that only staying glued to their feed provides the information necessary to survive. This creates trauma bonding to the group. You are terrified of the outside world, so the cult becomes your only safe harbor. The terrifying brilliance of online cults is that they make you believe you chose this path. They make you think you woke up, when really you were just put to sleep by a different mechanism. If you recognize these red flags in your own online habits, or in someone you care about, don't panic, but don't ignore it. The antidote to algorithmic isolation is physical reality. It involves stepping away from the screen and reconnecting with people who don't require you to speak their secret language to be loved. It involves being okay with uncertainty, rather than needing the absolute, black and white answers that these groups provide. If you feel overwhelmed, talking to a mental health professional can provide clarity and support. The digital world is an incredible tool, but it's a terrible master. Don't let an algorithm decide who you are. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more deep dives like this.